Hey, what's up everybody? Hammerheart Metal Reviews here once again. Today we are starting a brand new series that I will be doing probably once a month, every month for 2024. We are just going to be going through 5 random CDs from my collection. Last year, every month, I did one edition of like underrated CDs from my collection, but I realized as I was doing that, just focusing on underrated CDs means I'm not really showing off CDs that I don't consider underrated. And I mean, some of my favorite CDs are not things that are underrated. So I kind of just wanted to pick 5 random CDs from my collection every month to talk about. Some of them will be maybe more popular releases, some of them will be underrated. Just basically what I'm listening to that given week will be random CDs that I'm selecting. I know I've received a few requests to kind of go through my entire CD collection on this channel, and I don't know as I will do that, like maybe at some point I'll sit down and do that, but that's just going to be too long of a process. But maybe this will give you a little glimpse into certain little portions of my collection anyways, and this is a funner way for myself to do it, and of course the reason I do this channel is for my own enjoyment as well. So yeah, without further ado, I'm just going to get into this. 5 random CDs that I've selected, just things I've had in the car this week that I've been listening to. I mean, a lot of these I've listened to for a number of years, but yeah, I am rambling here. Here we go, 5 CDs for today. So to kick it off, I am going to go with actually one of my favorite EPs of all time, and that is Gallowbraid with their one and only release, Ashen, Eidolon. So if you are unfamiliar with this project, like I said, it was a one and done project, one-man band, Jake Rogers, the man behind the band. He's the lead vocalist in Visigoth. He's been in Gallow Braid. So right there, those are a couple of my favorite current bands, and this might be the best of the bunch. I mean, is this better than Gallow Braid? I don't know, maybe not. It's completely different. This is atmospheric black metal, folky black metal. Obviously, a lot of comparisons will be to a band like Eidolon, bringing in a lot of the acoustic and folky touches with the atmospheric black metal. But oh my god, this release is insanely good. Look at that album art as well. Show you the CD here. Gorgeous artwork inside. I mean, there's only 4 tracks here, plus the bonus track to make 5 in total. But Ashen, Eidolon, then a little interlude Autumn 1, Oak and Aspen, and then another kind of closing interlude before the bonus track Stone of Remembrance. So really it's only like 3 lengthier songs on this release, but each one of them is just top-notch stuff, so well composed and just beautifully like integrating the folkiness with the atmospheric black metal. Amazing stuff. One of my favorite EPs of all time. If you do not have this one, strongly suggest you go check it out. Give it a purchase as well. Honestly, one of my favorite releases ever. Gallowbraid, Ashen, Eidolon. Okay. When I'm doing these videos, I'm going to try to like incorporate different subgenres within my 5 selections. It's not just going to be 5 black metal releases every time. So there's going to be sprinkles of death metal, traditional metal, power metal, you name it. You're going to see it on here. So switching it up here, let's go with some progressive death metal with one of the best in the business, Opeth, here with their 3rd album, My Arms, Your Hearse. So yeah, this album, I'll show you the CD here as well, and just the booklet. Yeah, one of my favorite bands in the genre, especially their early works. Like, I know these days they've definitely gone in a much more progressive direction, almost just like progressive rock. There's not really much metal in their sound. It's decent for what it is, but for me, the stuff that really gets me in the feels is their early stuff, their first, I don't know, however many, 8 albums or so, absolute masterpieces. And yeah, this is one of their best in my opinion, which I don't think it gets the amount of love that a lot of their other albums do. Like, everyone praises Still Life, Blackwater Park, and rightfully so. Those are great fucking albums. For me, my favorite is Morning Rise, and this one might just be in 2nd place. My Arms, Your Hearse. Just absolutely amazing. Tells a story from start to finish. I mean, you kick off with the little prologue, then goes into April Ethereal, and When, probably my favorite track on this album, one of the best Opeth tracks ever. Oh man, the soft acoustic song Credence is absolutely beautiful. Demon of the Fall, probably one of the most well-known songs on this album. If you've never heard Opeth before, I mean, I don't know what's wrong with you. Go listen to Opeth. But yeah, I'm not really going into their history here because everyone knows who Opeth is. This is one that's not considered underrated. This is just a great fucking album. And yeah, go check it out if you have not. Just one I wanted to talk about today. All right, let's switch it up once again. This time go with some speed metal from Belgium with EVN Invaders. So here we've got their second album, Feed Me Violence. So if you're unfamiliar with this band, this is a band with a major throwback style, very 80s oriented. Their debut album was basically a straight in-your-face speed metal attack, just thrashy, speedy, in-your-face goodness, amazing. Then this one came out, and then their third album saw them shift to maybe a more, like, I don't want to say slowed down pace, but it's not as in-your-face all the time. They brought in different elements from 80s metal, almost bringing in, like, yeah, just different influences, more of a slowed down is the wrong term. They're still not slow songs, but it's a more varied approach. It's still got the speedy stuff. But then this second album kind of is somewhere in between both of those approaches, and it really works. This is possibly my favorite EVN Invaders release because it's a little bit more balanced and it showcases different styles to their songs. I mean, you've got a song like Broken Dreams and Isolation, which is a mid-paced, almost ballad-type song, but then it still has ripping moments. But the majority of this album is just in-your-face speed metal. I mean, obviously with a name like EVN Invaders, took it from the Razor album of the same name, and yeah, just fast, aggressive, in-your-face, fun music here. Like, the singer, he's got such charisma here, and his vocals, he hits these high-pitched notes, and just, it sounds awesome. It puts a smile on my face every time. Got great songs like Mental Penitentiary, Feed Me Violence is great as well, Anger Within. Just this whole goddamn album rips. Awesome stuff. If you're into speed metal and haven't given these guys a chance, go check them out. Awesome stuff. All right, let's switch it up once again, this time with some power metal with Avantasia and their debut, The Metal Opera. So if you're unfamiliar with this project, this was a project created by Tobias Sammet, maybe more well known for Ed Guy. He's the man behind that band as well. But here he wanted to create like a metal opera, bringing in tons of different guest musicians. Like, for example, you've got Kai Hansen on here. You've got Michael Kiske on here, among many others. There's probably 15 to 20 guest appearances on here. So you've got Tobias Sammet doing his vocals, but then bringing in different vocalists on almost every single song. And it just really creates this immersive experience. And this, honestly, is probably one of my favorite power metal albums ever. This would probably be in my top 10. It's just amazing stuff, bringing in all these different influences. And it's just such a well-crafted album telling a story of the metal opera. Oh, such good songs here, like Sign of the Cross, The Tower. Oh my God, Farewell. Michael Kiske's vocals at the very end of that, just amazing. Goddamn amazing power metal album. The title track, Avantasia, if you will, or the self-titled song, just, oh, amazing stuff. If you're into power metal and are not familiar with this project, start here. They've gone some different directions later in their career. I'm not a fan of every album they've done, although there's definitely standout moments on every album, but this is the most, like, metal album that they've done. They're kind of switched to some more, like, rock direction later on, while still retaining their roots in metal. But here, their debut, this is pure power metal bliss. Go check it out if you have not heard it. All right, then to close it off, I am going back with one more black metal album because that's my favorite subgenre. So out of 5 albums, I'm mentioning 2 black metal albums. So be it. That's just what's happening today. This one is definitely more of an underrated band that I feel like more people need to talk about, and that is Darkenhold. Here I've got their most recent release, Arcanes and Sortileges. This is some French black metal, yeah, from over in France. So you've got the typical French medieval style melodic black metal riffing, but this is also aggressive and pummeling at the same time. Look at that album art too. That's just gorgeous stuff there. The opening track, Oriflamme, that's going to give you a taste of what you're in store for. I love everything this band has ever done, and this is one of their best albums. Like, yeah, I don't speak French, so I won't try to butcher every song name there, but pretty much from start to finish, this album just rips. Awesome medieval style black metal. I mean, check out the pictures there. They're like in a castle, got the whole aesthetic going on. Just gorgeous stuff within the artwork, but the music, yeah, pummeling black metal with so much melody and just great riffs, like riffs for days on this album. Absolutely amazing. French black metal done right. Darkenhold, Arcanes and Sortilege. Go check it out. So, these were my 5 albums for today. Like I said, I'll probably do one of these every month, just picking 5 random CDs. It's a good way to maybe give you a snippet of some of the stuff that's in my collection without me sitting down and spending like multiple hours just doing one video about that, because that doesn't really interest me. But this way it does. It's fun. Hopefully you have fun watching these. Let me know your thoughts on these 5 albums. And yeah, you can look forward to more content coming soon. So until then, Hammer Heart Metal Reviews out.